Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Corey Ballmeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob's going to be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are wrapping up our day, sort of recapping last week's Call Time Championship qualifier on MTG Melee, and also looking forward to the standard portion of this weekend's Zendikar Rising Championship, and having a great time with standard.
And the Call Time Championship qualifier standard as well, so lots of it,
ending here with a matchup between, on my side, what I think is going to be the most popular deck this weekend. I actually think it's going to be more popular than Gruul. This is Mono Green Food. Has been getting a lot of hype over the last couple of weeks. A lot of good players already confirmed playing it. You know, deck lists have already been submitted. We're not going to see them until round one get posted, but we will get a metagame breakdown from Frank Karsten on Thursday. So we'll get to see the texture of the metagame, I guess, on Thursday. I'm predicting Mono Green Food close, but I think it'll be a bit ahead of Gruul and some of the other decks. And for good reason. This deck, matches up well against Gruul, as you mentioned it during the second segment, because its creatures are just gigantic. It has Wicked Wolf, which we know from, Oko days is incredible in creature matchups. Absolutely incredible. And, you would think a deck like that might be weak to control, but it actually has a ton of ways to grind. Feasting Troll King comes back, especially when you have it with the Witch's Oven. You have the Great Henge, and it's probably the best Great Henge deck because you have so many big creatures to pair with.
Yep. And Trail of Crumbs is so busted. That card is unbelievable right now.
Yeah, so that package of cards gives you a lot of ways to grind card advantage. You still have the heavy hitters, things like Lovestruck Beast and Kazandu Mammoth to put pressure on people, so the control decks can't just lay back and play this completely grindy game. So the fact that you're able to be both aggressive and grindy really helps out in those matchups.
Definitely.
So definitely a strong deck going in for this weekend. I assume all the players who have put in significant time have at least what they think is a good plan for the matchup.
Yep.
And I'm sure some of them are wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. No. People underestimate Food, and I think a good player playing Food versus a newish player playing Food, it's night and day. It seems like there's not too much play to a mono green deck, but that's just not it with this deck. Sequencing really matters. When to try to get value versus when to put something to the board really matters, and then it can have those draws. Lovestruck into Great Henge, one of the most powerful interactions in Standard right now, and I also think it's quite the deck for this weekend. For me, I'm going to be playing Dimir Rogues. Not anything new. You're playing the new hotness. This is still something that's lurking in the back. Maybe it went down a little bit. Maybe even not tier 1 these days. But tier 1 is so... It's so up in the air right now for what is actually going to be the best decks. We're still playing Xerath Sands here. This list I'm playing was the best finishing list for Dimir Rogues, but it was only like 17th place or something. So it did not have a great tournament. And the last couple weeks, anybody who's been keeping track of trends on Melee from the qualifiers from all the SCG tournaments, Big Magic has a lot of them. And, with Melee, it makes it very easy to see which decks are winning from tournament to tournament, and Rogues has been struggling to get above 50% for a long time, for weeks, so it's not necessarily something great. Dimir Control has kind of came in as this deck that, is trying to answer Food, essentially, but I think this is still going to be a very close matchup. I still have counter spells. I can still be proactive. And I believe I'm the Crab version. I could be wrong, but I think Crab is one of the best cards low-key against the Food decks. So should be pretty interesting of a matchup.
Utility creature against the deck that doesn't have a lot of removal.
And just mills fast, I mean, I can actually mill out the green deck. I'm not? Okay, well... Just kidding. Yeah, I think Slither Wisp was the change in this list from the Crab, and that card can, go the distance as well.
Yeah. Another similar kind of card. It's a creature that doesn't get its value primarily from attacking and blocking.
Yeah,
this deck, Mono Green's very good at attacking and blocking, so other creatures that want to do that, and that's where you get most of their value, not very good against Mono Green. But creatures that get their value outside of combat got to be really valuable because I really only have Wicked Wolf to take them off the battlefield.
Exactly, and Xerath Sands is still going to be the card against you. It can really really just punish you real quick if I can get an aggressive draw with that. So
you know what I have to think about with rogues is over the last month or so, we've seen almost every sideboard just loaded with escape creatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because rogues was so big and it was
it's such an easy way to take advantage of them. Yeah.
And there's an easy way to target them. But if the deck has been struggling for a couple of weeks now and people start to cut down on those escape creatures, we might see this to be a sort of sneaky dark horse deck for this weekend. Because you know that the people playing at the highest level, the players who qualified for the Zendikar Rising Championship, they're paying attention to these metagame trends. And they're trying to get a step ahead. So when they see, I don't think Rogues is doing well, people aren't going to be playing it, why am I sideboarding 5 escape creatures? Maybe I can cut that down to 2 or 3, get a few more cards for maybe a Yorion deck or for mono green food, and help my matchup there. That could really, reward people for sticking with it and taking what is ostensibly a risky choice. But could it really pay off if the metagame breaks the right way?
I agree. And I think that is just one of the most important lessons when you're getting ready for a big tournament like this, is don't look at these trends and be like, okay, this deck is doing bad, so I should play the deck doing good. The best players look at these trends and be like, this deck is doing bad. What are people going to do to adjust to it? And they try to level that, and that's when you get a called metagame where somebody gets really rewarded when they go to level 3, or it didn't change enough for them and they have a really bad tournament, so it's tough when you want to metagame and when you don't.
It will be a bold choice.
It will be, absolutely. All right, how's your hand?
Fortune favors the bold, as they say.
I believe they do say that.
That's why Corey keeps so many hands.
Yes. I'm as bold as they come.
I will be keeping this hand.
I'll keep as well.
I'm going to lead on Forest, Witch's Oven.
Okay.
Been a while, Witch's Oven.
Oh, yeah.
Glad to see you again.
And it looks so bad in that deck, but it really is so important in the exile effects.
Yeah.
Extinction Event, ECD on Feasting Troll King, those have got to be answered, so.
Okay, Forest, Tangled Florahedra.
Oh, all right.
Pass the turn.
Spicy.
Love Tangled Florahedron in this deck.
Yeah.
This is the exact kind of split card that a deck like this wants.
Really, really nice. Okay, I just have an island and I'm going to pass.
So certainly can't attack.
Oh, you can. That's an option.
Crawling Barrens and another Tangled Florahedron.
Oh, okay.
And then another Witch's Oven.
Okay, not the best in multiples.
And I also have 2 Forests.
Okay.
Next turn, I'll play a second Crawling Barrens. It'll be
and
great.
You're done?
Yeah, I am done.
End step, I'll play a Soaring Thought Thief.
That's what I thought you had.
Yes, you nailed it.
Got to get up pretty early.
And I don't do that.
That is true.
All right, I will attack Milia.
You got 2 Lovestruck Beasts.
Okay. Now, what am I afraid of? Plenty from your draw. But
Spiders.
Yeah, that's true too.
Boogeymen.
But what can I do about it right now? And I think the best thing I can do right now is try to keep you off Feasting Troll King. Not excellent here by any means.
I only have 2 cards in hand, Corey. What are the odds I have Feasting Troll King?
Probably pretty good. So I'll Heartless Act one of these Florahedrons.
Okay, I'll sack it to an oven.
Okay, pass to you.
Myself a Foods.
Kept a 2-lander, did not draw one. How unlucky.
That is so awkward.
Hooray!
Wow. I will play a Kazandu Valley.
Okay.
And I think it is going to be more important to just add counters to the Crawling Barrens than it would be to attack for 1, so I'll just pass the turn.
Okay. Oh, that's a heinous draw. Let's see. What do we want to do here? All right, since you're being so patient about it.
I'm at 18.
Okay. Now let's see. What can we do here? Don't have too many great options, I'm not gonna lie. So I think I will stall a little bit more while I decide what I want to do. And inevitably just pass the turn to you.
Okay. End step, add 2 counters to the Barons.
Okay.
Wicked Wolf.
Zai Wicked Wolf. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty one here.
Essence Scatter for me.
Maybe. Nope, but I got to drown. I will counter it.
Tactful.
Okay.
You're 19.
19.
Pass the turn.
All right. A land, please. Boo. I will attack. This time we get supercharged.
Yeah, I'll go to 16.
Okay. And yeah, no land again, so I'll pass to you.
You have how many cards?
7. I've not been playing lands.
Vivian.
Vivian. Yeah, can't really beat that card either. I'll draw on the lock.
Pass the turn.
Okay. On top. Attack and trigger. Take 2.
14.
I will play a Triumph right on time and pass to you.
Thrashing Brontodon.
All right, that one I can let slide.
How about this one?
Oh, I thought
Gilded
I was
Goose.
hoping it was another oven. I was like, come on. Yeah, Goose resolves too.
Pass the turn.
Okay, end step, I have an Omen. Scry, try to hit our land drops. It's not said land drop, but still a good card, so we'll keep top bottom. Untap, a draw, a tilt. So we're gonna play a Thieves Guild Enforcer, mill you 2. The Troll King is here. Okay, then I will attack. Yep, take 2.
I'm at 12.
And I will pass to you.
Attack for 3.
Okay, I can block this if I want. Could just take it. Yeah, I'll block. Trade my 1-drop for your 3-drop? Sure.
Play a Forest and a Feasting Troll King.
No, that's not great. I will drown and lock that.
I will sack the Gilded Goose.
Okay.
For a food. Sack these 3 food. Return a Troll King.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
Okay. It's pretty strong. That draw was not strong. Ugh.
You have so many cards in your hand.
I know. You'd think my stuff would be going better.
I have 0 cards in my hand.
Thanks for the update. Let's see. Trying to do some combat math here. Okay, I don't think there's any way I can, maybe 2-hit you would be the plan. So I think it would have to be a 3-turn clock.
I would prefer 0 hits.
0 hits, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about we just go... Thieves Guild Enforcer. I'll attack. Mill.
Mill 4. I will take 3, go to 9.
And your go.
Let's add some counters here.
Okay.
Make it a creature.
Yep.
Attack with Barons and Troll King.
No blocks. Take 11.
11, go to 8.
Yep.
I'll play a forest. I should actually tap this to
Okay.
activate. So you're at 8, I'm at 9.
Okay.
So if you have a Thieves Guild Enforcer, then this attack is for 11. Sure, pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Dang it. So I could attack for 6. In some trouble here, that's for sure. I think I need to hit a land drop here, so I think I have to try to get a little lucky with this Omen, but we've just missed so many. I will draw and attack.
That's mill 4.
All right.
4 lands.
And I'll pass to you.
Now, do I want to gain 3 life on your end step? That would potentially allow me to play a 1-drop along with Activate Barons, attack with both creatures. If case that 1-drop is relevant, which is really only another goose.
A loose goose.
You have me at 3 right now?
3, yep. 3 to 8.
Yeah, 3 life. Well, I guess 3 life end step, 3 life next turn. If I draw land, can actually get me there, but then I'd have to lose the. I guess I would sack the Barons. Yeah, I think I do that. I'm gonna sack Florahedron.
Okay.
Food. Gain 3 life.
Okay, you go to 6.
6.
Yep.
My turn.
Yep.
I drew a land.
Okay.
Paid off. Activate the Barons.
Yep.
Attack for 13.
I'll petty theft the Troll King.
I will. Ugh. I'll sacrifice it for 2 food.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'll take 6, down to 2.
2. Now, I think it's gonna be. I basically can't. I can't beat most removal spells.
Yeah, tricky game here.
Yeah, so what I can do is sacrifice the Barons now, go up to 4 food, sack 3 of them to return Troll King, still have the 1 to survive Corey's attack.
Mm-hmm.
But then Corey can just choose to trade the 2 Thought Thieves for the Troll King because they're 3 power. So you'd only take 1, you'd go to 1, and I would essentially have nothing left. I would have 2 ovens and my draw step against your hand. That said, against the Barons, all you would need is any creature to chump block for a turn. Whereas a chump blocker doesn't work against the Troll King. Removal spell doesn't really do a whole lot. I guess you could, like a Zareth Sand would be really good for you too. You'd be able to get a Troll King of mine.
Well, Zareth Sand, you're dead.
Oh yeah, I would just be dead to that. Yeah. So yeah, Zareth Sand just kills me. I'm trying to think like what actual chump blockers you would have here. There was a turn where you could have played Enforcer, so you have a very narrow range of turns where Enforcer would be good.
Yep.
Another Brazen Borrower just references a petty theft, so that's still fine. Actually, Barons is better against that because you can't block with it or bounce it. So maybe it's just better to have the Barons.
It's close.
Because I can then gain 6 life. I would need to find some other source of food. Yeah, I actually think the Barons is better.
Okay.
Because of Brazen Borrower. and I don't think you have a Thieves Guild Enforcer. I'm also dead to another Thought Thief because it represents more damage.
Yep.
Pass.
All right. I don't have anything to kill you yet. Wow.
I guess I'm not dead to another Thought Thief, actually, because it's only 8. Now I would go to 9.
Yep. How incredibly awkward of a hand I have.
Baron's also a little bit better against Heartless Act if you have that.
Yep.
The biggest thing where Baron's is much worse is Eliminate. If you have that.
I think with my hand being so awkward here, I have to fire off one of these and just play slightly defensive here. You know, maybe only get in with one Soaring Thought Thief. I think that's what I have to do. So I'm going to start with Into the Story.
Yep.
Draw 4. Okay. We hit a land at least. And now I don't think there's any draw, or there's any card in the green deck that can kill a creature. So yeah, we'll just attack with 1. It's still 4 cards though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
My bad.
No problem. Okay, take 2.
Take 3, right?
Or take 3, yep.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
go to 3. I'm going to go to 6 on your end step.
Yeah, okay. Or isn't it other?
No, it pumps itself.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, you gain life as well?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
I'm
staying
gonna
at
stay
6? Okay, perfect. Pass to you. 6 to 2.
That's an interesting draw.
Uh-oh. I don't like interesting.
Bring this up to 8.
Okay.
Play a Henge.
Oh, God. That is interesting.
Attack for 8.
I will block.
Now do I want to Troll King because it represents an extra card?
Yeah?
And I'm gaining 2 life here anyway, and I'm under less pressure. And you've just drawn a bunch of cards. I'm going to want to do stuff next turn and maybe go off with the Henge. Now I think it's correct.
Yeah, now it seems to make sense. I'm going to sack this
Sack
while we
the
go.
Crawling Barons, get 2 more food, sack the food, return Troll King.
Okay.
It gets a counter, I draw a card.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go to 8.
Okay.
I'm going to float a green and play a Gilded Goose, which is a really good draw because it represents another food.
Wow.
So now I can sack the Troll King to this other oven and return it to draw another card. Or I can be a little bit better against removal. I do have to be a little wary of my deck size, actually. I have 3, 6, 9, 12. I only have 17 cards in my library.
Okay.
So we can't just be drawing cards all willy-nilly like.
Yeah. God, that goose was insane. It's also a blocker if you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now that the second Thought Thief is gone, the 1/3 actually checks the 2/3 in the air.
Yep.
Which I would snap block and lose it to another Thought Thief to play on Zerotzan.
Yep. That makes sense.
I have green and pool. Do I just want to go for it? I actually think I just want to make sure I can keep this around. I think I'll get the card back eventually, and I don't need to draw it immediately.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pass.
Oh, and you gain 2 life, so
Yeah,
you're up
I'm
to
at 8.
right?
Yeah, I marked that. It's
Wow.
8 to 2.
That was an unbelievable turn. Oh, what a horrible draw.
Who could have thought that Great Henge is a good Magic card?
Yeah, right? Oh,
Who would have predicted such a thing?
That was such a tilt.
This is where Corey has like Agadeem's Awakening and mills me for 4. Just mills me out.
No, nothing too great yet. Okay, so I can attack to just mill 2. If you block, doesn't matter too much. At this point, I have to look to not die and not try to win. This game's been insane.
Hey, missed a bunch of land drops early, but I didn't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was, the Kazandu Mammoth was such an awkward draw because it forced me to take a turn off.
Yeah, okay. I think I really have no choice but to attack.
And I will block.
Okay, good call. We'll play a Temple, Scry.
So that puts me to 15 cards in deck.
I think I'll keep this. And I'll pass to you. Yeah, crazy game.
Kogla.
Oh. Okay. Attempts to fight my Thought Thief. Yeah, that resolves.
I will fight your Thought Thief, get a counter on it, draw a card.
Okay.
Attack you for 8.
In response, I will Slither Wisp and then Petty Theft it. Trigger, draw a card, you lose a life.
7. Petty Theft is really good. I am actually going to sack it to an oven.
Yep, makes sense.
Get 2 more food. Then I will go to 9.
Okay.
Play Tangled Florahedron.
Okay.
Card. I'll sack the 3 food, return a Troll King.
Okay.
Draw a card.
Keep drawing.
Play a land, play a Gilded Goose, draw a card.
Okay.
Also gets a counter. And pass the turn.
Yeah, we've made it to the point where I don't think I can possibly kill you anymore, and it's just only can I mill you.
I have 10 cards. But you're 2 life, and I essentially have like 2, 3, 4 lethal attackers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too much at this point. With the exception of Into the Storing, like 3 Thieves Guild Enforcers or something.
And I went to 9 this turn from the henge.
Yep, I will sack this. Get a Swamp.
Then we have the same number of lands in play.
Yeah, it's totally even. I had so many Into the Stories in my hand when I only had 2 lands that, so brutal. And honestly, the Goose was the biggest. Otherwise, I finally found Zera Sand, and I could have pressured that.
Yeah, the Goose was...
God, it's quite good. So I think my only choice here is to Into the Story to start and just try to find Thief Guilds. I can also just Soaring Thought Thief, draw a card. Maybe I draw a Thieves Guild with the ability on the stack and then can play something else. But I think... 1, 2... I'd have to draw it like right off this, and then I just die if I don't have it.
So Into the Story, Thought Thief, Thieves Guild Enforcer does not leave you alive.
I know. I think it's Into the Story, 3 Thieves Guilds Enforcers is my only out, or play this.
That doesn't even beat a Trampler.
But it mills you.
Oh, yeah, 3 of them would literally 3 and 4. The other 3 and 4 cards.
Yeah. Or if I play this and I have some flash threats. Okay, I think I'm going to try this. So I am going to Thieves Guild, trigger.
So I go to 8.
Yeah. Draw. Another Into the Story is probably not what we needed here. So still before it comes into play, I guess we will go Into the Story. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm dead. Wow, that was a crazy game. That was an insane game. Wow. Yeah, that was awesome.
It went from, honestly, even when you were missing land drops, I didn't feel that good about the game just because my hand was so threat light. And the 1 turn off let you establish your stuff.
Into the Story, yeah.
I really needed to, stop you before the second Thieves Guild Enforcer came, or Thought Thief Enforcer. I can never remember.
Thieves Guild Enforcer, yeah. Or Soaring Thought Thief, yeah.
It was the second Soaring Thought Thief that you got down because of the stumble on my part, and that let you have, significant pressure. While I was, just playing 1 spell a turn, and you had a bunch of drowns, but God, the Great Henge is so good.
The Great Henge is insane. Do you want to play another since we're a little low on time, or you want to quick head to sideboard?
Let's quick head to sideboard.
Okay, sounds good.
We're going to take a short break here, come back, get some sideboarding done, and then finish out this last match on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding between Dimir Rogues and Mono Green Food. From my end, taking out the Omens just because great card, works well with Slitherwisp, but I just don't think I have the time. I really would much rather be casting the creatures and have my more traditional draw of Rogues and stuff and try to get Zerasan going. A couple Brazen Borrowers I'm taking out. They can still be good if you don't have Oven, but otherwise not the best card. And then taking out one Heartless Act to upgrade to Soul Shatter as just a good, clean way to deal with one of your big creatures. Bringing in Cling, I assume I just have to bring in Cling every matchup with all the escape cards. You're bringing in Spiders.
I also have Troll King.
And to hit Troll King, yeah. And then Anti-Cognition is just a nice little counterspell as well.
On my side, we've got our, escape creatures, got our scavenging uses that can contain my own graveyard.
Yep.
Bringing in one Vivian as a better high-end threat than Kogla. Kogla trades easily for black removal spells.
Yeah, definitely great against Gruul, not so great here.
We saw it be good in game one, but that's actually pretty rare in the matchup. So definitely going to cut those, lower the curve a little bit as well. We have Vivian and escapes to go long. Cutting Brontodon, not really any targets. The body's not super relevant. And I chose to trim Untangled Florahedron because Corey has had a lot of cheap interaction. The ramp elements of the deck are devalued. You can spend your first couple turns setting a bunch of mana, then cast a 5 or 6 drop ahead of schedule, and Corey just has a drown or an anti-cognition or a whole host of different pieces of interaction that then eventually turn these mana creatures into liabilities. So
I like it. Okay, we'll get ready for our second game, but first, Rob, you got any questions for us?
Do not right now.
All right, queue is open. Yeah, this matchup, I think game one is something I really should have to win. I feel like that's just Rogues in a nutshell. But games two and three with your Spiders and the fact that, when I mill you, you get free Troll King activation. Your Oven is probably the most important thing, surprisingly, just to get food so that you can bring it back right away whenever I mill it over. So, I think this is going to be a tougher game for me, to be honest. So,
and that's one of the awkward aspects of Rogues is when you think of control decks, you usually think of getting significantly better in sideboarding. In control mirrors, you get to bring out removal and bring in better counterspells. Against aggro decks, you get to bring out counterspells, bring in cheap removal and sweepers. But with this deck where you have this proactive element to it that is really powerful, it gives other decks an easy way to sideboard against you.
Totally agree. Okay, I'm on the play. Slightly awkward with our mana base, but we do have this to kind of draw us another card. I think this is a close keep, but I can easily get punished with this.
I can't lose, so I'll keep.
Okay, here you go. You already lost the show, so that's the main thing.
GG.
Oh, yep. Good game.
It's been a while, but I remember that this never loses.
It's still Turn GG, machine. Yep. All right, I got a Thieves Guild Enforcer.
Sure.
Mill ya.
Block.
Okay, of course, yes.
We mill Chainweb Arachneer, Trail of Crumbs.
Okay. Pretty good. I will cling your trail because I want to draw a card. And that was perfect. A temple. I don't really need another land, especially a tap land, so I'll put that. And here you go. All right, I will take it. You got it. 19.
I have an Oven and another Heart's Desire.
Okay, I'm scared.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Pretty decent draw, but I just have a land go.
Attack for 1.
I will take it.
18?
Yep.
Play Lovestruck Beast.
Anti-Cognition. Counter that.
Pass the turn.
Awkward. I will pass.
Attack for 2. Play a Heart's Desire.
Another Heart's Desire, huh? Okay, sure.
Attack for 2.
Now the question is just, do I want to let a Lovestruck Beast resolve? Because I got to assume it's land Lovestruck here. Do I care that much? Kind of. But I am going to flash this in. Mill 2. And I'll block. Take 1.
You go to 17?
Yep.
I do have land Lovestruck.
Okay. 5/5.
And pretend I got a food out of that.
Oh, sure.
Pass the turn.
We'll pretend.
Maybe I'm missing out on a food here because Corey might just kill the Lovestruck Beast, but if he has to keep tapping out main phase to kill with threats, I'm going to keep having more of them, and eventually he's going to get left with a bunch of counter spells in hand, so...
Very true. Attack?
Mill 2.
Yep. Take 1.
I'm at 19.
I will play a Temple, and... Is this a good card right now? Probably not. Brazen Borrow to the bottom and pass to you.
So I have 6 cards in my graveyard now.
Mm-hmm.
That was an excellent draw.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to do this pre-combat just in case you have another, any sort of rogue.
Yep.
So I will escape Chainweb Arachneer floating one.
Yeah, I feel like I can't possibly win now, but I will counter it.
And now you can't play Soaring Thought Thief, so I will attack for 6.
I'll take it.
You go to 11.
Yep.
Pass a turn.
God, it just feels so rough. Just whenever I get close, you get to Spider, it feels like such a tough thing to beat here.
Yeah, often like it was important to try to find a sort of like end step to turn to go over and then untap and cast her into the story.
Exactly, yeah. Trigger.
In this case, you weren't able to do that.
I sure wasn't.
I'm at 18.
And I'll pass to you.
Now we milled another spider, so if you find another cling,
yep,
it's gonna be tough. I will make 6 green.
Okay.
I will play a Lovestruck Beast, 3 floating.
I will didn't say please that. Mill 3.
Ooh, that's a Troll King.
Oh, God. Got 1 food already.
I will then play a Kazandu Mammoth for the other 3 floating.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 cards in the yard?
Yeah. I have
Convenient.
7.
Convenient.
So I will attack you for 7.
Yeah, take it.
That puts you to 4. And now, so I could sack the Lovestruck Beast to the oven and then use the food I already have to bring back the Troll King. That will put Corey to 6, which normally would be good, but with the Thought Thief already on the battlefield, he can just attack it into the story. That said...
Put that mammoth into your graveyard and put a Troll King right into play right now.
Oh, because I made this a 5/5?
Yep.
Yeah, I did play the land afterwards.
There is not a chance I can beat that if you have a Troll King here. Like, if I enter the story, what the heck am I going to do? Die?
Yeah, that is true. And I was getting there.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about the end result of that. So, yeah, let's do that. Well, no, because I'm still putting another card in the graveyard.
Oh,
so
your graveyard count does not matter anymore.
It's just about having a big trampler.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're gonna need a removal spell anyway. So this just seems worse than just having this up and forcing you to use removal on my turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably win either way, but having a 7/6 in play, like, what am I gonna do? You know,
you're gonna have a removal spell.
A removal spell, but then you still just are attacking me for 7. Yeah, I mean, do whatever you want.
It's the same thing.
I'm probably gonna lose either way.
But I think I just pass.
Okay. And how many cards in yard?
7.
7. Okay. All right. Well, let's try the only thing we can. Mill.
I'll take 2, go to 16.
All right, got him. And let's into the story. And I needed... Okay, I think I needed that to have a chance. Maybe I'm still dead, though. 5, 6, 7. I guess I'm dead to a land. I will cling your Feasting Troll King. And go to 7. And you go. You win with Wicked Wolf, land, I don't know, probably Trail.
Do I win with
Yes.
Witch's Oven?
With, I guess, technically no.
I will escape Chainweb Arachneer.
Okay. My creature's dead.
Deal with that. Then I'll play this Tangle Floor Hedron as a landing.
Okay. GG. Yeah, man, I get it why Rogues is not necessarily having a winning record anymore. These sideboard games just feel like a nightmare. And I've been on the other side where it's just like my only play, if, when I'm on Arena, if my escape card lights up, I'm going to play it. And once you learn that cheat code, that all you need to do is never cast spells in your hand and always cast your escape cards, it's so easy to beat Rogues.
Yeah, you just make so many of their cards so inefficient.
Yeah, I don't think Rogues has won from either side of us on Versus Live yet, and we've tried. We've tried plenty of times, but yeah, I don't love the deck. I never have.
Yeah, I think if you're, now that we have this standout Dimir deck that isn't rogue based, but still works really well. It has Ugin that can go over the top of your index and mono green food. A well positioned card in the metagame,
and even okay against Gruul. I mean, it's not all-star. They can still just kill you out of nowhere, but not the worst.
Still certainly something they have to worry about in that matchup. Right. Because you're a deck that handles Embercleave pretty well. Normally, I think that in those kinds of matchups, they want to cut their Embercleaves and bring in Vivians and Great Henges and try to play a longer game.
Yep, exactly. And removal and stuff, and escape creatures, and
I definitely prefer the non-rogue versions of Dimir control over the rogue versions.
Because that looked good. Round one, that deck looked really solid to me. And I played it a little bit, getting ready for casting next weekend, and the deck felt sweet. I mean, there is a problem with like Feasting Troll King and Trail of Crumbs. You have the Ugins to go over the top of it, but just that interaction and, just Wicked Wolf sacrificing all of these foods and getting a trigger every time. Dimir has a tough time keeping up with that.
Maybe they just need to, splash green for some wilts or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the real way that Dimir control beats food is Ashiok. Ashiok's just so good. If you can play Ashiok, bounce something, and then
start untapping,
they can never pressure you. You untap with it, it feels pretty tough. Extinction event, stuff like that. So that seems a lot better as a Dimir deck of choice, I think, moving forward. So.
Agreed. Though, if in that game I didn't mill over the spider early, I think it completely changes it. You're able to fire off that into the story much earlier in the game.
True.
You're able to then, untap with a bevy of cheap interactive spells. So like we were saying, if there are some people that are brave enough to say, I don't think people are going to bring enough escape cards in their sideboards, then that's when you're going to see the rogue decks start to pick up again. Whether that happens this weekend or next weekend or never. It's sort of a guessing game, and that's the interesting part about Standard. You're never entirely sure exactly where everyone else is going to land, and so much of what you need to be doing depends on what other people are doing.
100%. But the main escape from today is those marbles escaping that spot, because bring them on over here. They're mine. They're finally here. It's been far too long they've been over there. So, all right.
I was told that the last match is worth 1,000 points. So.
Oh, this isn't whose line is it anyway. Sorry. All right, Rob, let's take one question from you. Then we're going to thank some sponsors, and we're going to head out.
Don't really have any questions.
All right.
So
well, a quiet day on Versus Live, but that's okay.
Yeah. And, we may not have had a sub today, but we appreciate all of your support.
Oh, no. We had subs.
We didn't have any questions.
Gotcha.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's call out our
It's been so long. We forgot our normal routine.
Master Marshmallow for 22 months.
All right.
Vlad GG for 4 months. Goat Thulu for 5 months. Sparrow for 25 months. Ragnar Forge for 9 months. And Shasta 2004 for 23 months, who says it's also their birthday, so happy birthday to them.
Woo! Happy birthday!
Thank you to all of our subs. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our excellent cast of content producers.
And Ross.
As well as some other perks. That is 5% off of sealed products, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Also, if you want to be as comfy and cool as us every single Tuesday and Thursday, you can pick up one of these Carnox gaming chairs by heading over to carnox.com/SCG, and you can use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these sweet chairs.
And just to be clear, you can use that link any day of the week, not just Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, true, but we use the chairs Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah,
Last
the
but not
link
least-
is good on Wednesdays. You're right.
Last but not least, we are also sponsored by Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection at coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out there to get 10% off of your purchase as well.
Absolutely, and we've mentioned it, throughout this whole show because we were recapping the Call Time Championship qualifier. That will be again this week. We have another opportunity to get yourself into the highest level of play. We're going to be watching the Zendikar Rising Championship this weekend. If you're like, hey, I want to do that, you can with SCG. So there will be 4 qualifiers a day on Friday and Saturday at a bunch of different times. So pretty much anyone around the world can play, as well as the tournament is standard on Sunday to qualify for the Cal Time Championship and win a little extra cash for your trouble.
Arena gems, get yourself some sweet Euro basic
yourself
lands.
$1,500. Not a bad Sunday. That could be you.
And last thing to remark on today is that we are in the midst of the holiday season, and there are many holiday sales this week from Star City Games on select non-English cards. So if you're a fan of getting those cool foreign language cards, you can find the 20% off on those until Monday, December 7th. Is that 9:59 a.m. Eastern it ends?
10:59.
10:59.
Nice,
okay.
good, because I was gonna purchase stuff at 9:59. So
Yeah.
thank.
So you gotta maybe if you wait to the end, you get the best deals. I don't know how anything works.
Yeah. Who knows? We just shuffle the
what it
cards
is.
around here. But yeah, really cool sale. So check that out. That is going to do it for Versus Live today. We are very happy to be back, and we missed you very much. And any closing remarks on Standard? Anything? Any big takeaways?
Mono green food looked really good.
Sure does.
I'm excited about the ramp deck.
Yeah.
And interested to see in how popular the different variants of the Dimir decks are, because
Same.
we clearly have defined opinions on them.
Yeah.
But do our opinions match the player base of this tournament, or we disagree with them to some degree?
Yeah, I know for sure if I was playing this event, I would not play Dimir Rogues. That's my takeaway from the day. That deck felt bad. But hey, it is definitely not a bad deck. Into the Story is a very powerful card. But that's going to do it for us. So for Corey, Ross, and Rob, see ya.